What's really good? It's your boy Spider-Man here for Heel Kaiju. Another week is in the books and the match card for Money in the Bank is slowly taking shape. We've got qualifying matches and title matches coming down the pipeline. And hey, if you managed to miss anything this week, we've got you covered. This is your standing 10 count. Starting us off with more Roman Reigns news. If you recall, or you might have missed it, Jinder Mahal got himself in a bit of hot water with the big dog, interfering in his qualifying match for Money in the Bank, and Roman kicks off Monday Night Raw heated, and rightfully so. Roman throws down the gauntlet, ready and hoping to face off with Jinder. Instead, he's greeted with a conciliatory Kurt Angle, aiming to keep the peace on Raw and telling him what's best for business. Not only that, WWE management seemingly rewards Jinder for his interference by placing him in a triple threat match to qualify for Money in the Bank. Roman has had to defy the odds for years, facing off against the Authority, Brock Lesnar, bad officiating, and WWE management, and the modern day Maharaja, that was bad, we're gonna move on, is just another in a long line of roadblocks placed in his way. Heading backstage, Roman seeks out Jinder and beats him down multiple times, putting the triple threat qualifying match in jeopardy. When Roman is on the warpath, maybe it's best to just stay out of his way. With WWE at NBC Universal, the spotlight shifted to Ronda Rousey on the red carpet. As she entertained reporters and photographers and a brief woo session with Charlotte, Nia Jax laid out a friendly challenge to the former UFC star, placing her Raw Women's Championship on the line. Despite Ronda not yet having a televised singles match at the time of this recording, we'll see if she's up for the challenge at Money in the Bank. Continuing his IC title open challenge, Seth Rollins put in work against Kevin Owens on Monday Night Raw. From Owens catching Rollins on a suicide dive to a Falcon's arrow on the apron, the two men put on a classic exchange that put the champion on his back foot throughout much of the match. Continuing the story that Rollins is a fighting champion, ready to make the Intercontinental title the title on Raw, he refused to allow a countout to decide the match, repeatedly answering the 10 count, putting his title and his body at risk. Still, CrossFit Jesus outlasted a game Kevin Owens, hitting the stomp for the 1-2-3 and putting the red brand on his back with another monumental performance. The march to Money in the Bank rolls on as we move to one of 3 triple threat qualifying matches for the event. We start off with a match between Baron Corbin, No Way Jose, and the glorious one, Bobby Roode. The lone wolf Baron Corbin played his role perfectly as the powerhouse heel and spoiler in this match, while both Jose and Roode attempted to punch their ticket into the Money in the Bank ladder match. Bobby Roode propelled himself to the potential title picture by sidestepping Baron Corbin and hitting Jose with the glorious DDT, making him the 5th man to qualify for the match. The second of 3 triple threat qualifying matches saw Alexa Bliss and Mickie James put their friendship on the line against the Hugger Bayley. With the crowd singing "Hey Bayley," both James and Bliss teamed up to turn this triple threat into a handicap match until Bayley managed to get some separation and fend off the duo. Predictably, the unofficial alliance between Bliss and James broke down, but the damage had already been done as Bliss was able to claim victory and continue on her journey to reclaim the Raw Women's title. Roman Reigns spearing an already injured Jinder Mahal through a wall has put the 3rd and final triple threat qualifying match in jeopardy, but never fear, Kevin Owens is more than happy to work double duty to keep the wheels of Monday Night Raw rolling. Facing off against both Bobby Lashley and everyone's favorite crooner, Elias, Owens has another chance at making history on Raw after failing to secure the Intercontinental title from Seth Rollins. Teaming up, both Elias and Owens sought to neutralize Lashley's power advantage, but of course, Bobby endured and looked to be the clear favorite to win the match, filling the final Raw spot at Money in the Bank before Sami Zayn interfered and Helluva kicked his head off. With Lashley out of the picture, Owens hit the frog splash on Elias and officially qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Moving on to SmackDown, their version of qualifying matches takes an interesting turn. Rather than have individual members of both the New Day and the Bar face off, we had a tag team match where the winning team gets to choose their representative and participant in the Money in the Bank ladder match. All 5 members would make great additions in the 8-man ladder match, easily capable of making memorable moments in the high-octane event. However, the duo of Big E and Xavier Woods were the ones to punch their team's ticket to the event after Woods hit his tightrope walking elbow drop. Now the question is, which one of the trio will represent the team in the match? The final qualifying match this week pit former Absolution members Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville against the last kicker Becky Lynch. Since making their way to SmackDown, Rose and Deville expected to receive special treatment from their former stablemate Paige after she retired and was hired on as the Blue Brand's general manager. Instead, Paige made it known that she would be professional and impartial regarding the duo. In fact, to remove the potential that 2 slots might have afforded them, she placed both Rose and Deville in this match in hopes of fully severing their ties with each other and disabusing them of the notion that she was beholden to them. During the match, the potential for a team-up broke down quickly as both former members went into business for themselves for the lone spot. Becky Lynch, not to be forgotten during the drama, not only held her own, but outlasted her opponents by locking the disarm her on Mandy Rose, making her tap and securing the 4th slot in the women's Money in the Bank match. Continuing their feud over the WWE Championship, AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura faced off to determine the stipulation for their match at Money in the Bank. Ever since Nakamura's heel turn after their match at WrestleMania, this program has been a mixed bag of high potential and slight letdowns, but actively pushing this feud rather than letting their potential for greatness carry them may prove to freshen the story up. In fact, their match on SmackDown was nothing short of amazing, as the story of 2 men fed up with each other and ready to do anything possible to take their advantage into the Money in the Bank pay-per-view was expertly told. Nakamura sealed his victory as, after all the nut shots delivered to the Phenomenal One, he feigned taking one himself, forcing the champ and the referee to hesitate and give him just enough separation to hit Styles with the Kinshasa. We'll find out soon what Nakamura chooses as a stipulation for their bout at Money in the Bank. Last week, we saw glimpses of a feud brewing up between extremely talented high flyer Ricochet and the immensely entertaining Velveteen Dream. And this week, we finally get a match pitting the 2 against each other. Dream has shown how much talent he truly has with the likes of Aleister Black and Cassius Ohno, so a bout between him and Ricochet would easily entertain, and for the most part, it did. With Ricochet's wrestling ability and Dream's character work, the 2 were set to tear the roof off of Full Sail before Lars Sullivan decided to interrupt a literal dream match and lay waste to both competitors. Later in the evening, both Dream and Ricochet proved that great minds think alike as they both made their way to General Manager Regal's office to demand a match between them and Sullivan. Is there potential for a possible triple threat match between the 3? Will there be stakes involved? Hopefully we'll find out next week on NXT. And that's 10! If you feel we missed anything important, please feel free to leave a comment down below and make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you can be alerted to all of our content in the future. Once again, I'm Spotted Menace chucking the deuces up for Heel Kaiju and reminding you to keep smashing.